Good day, everyone. Today we're going to discuss all about the environmental ethics. So, what is environmental ethics? It is a discipline in philosophy that studies the moral relationships of human beings too, and also the value of moral status of the environment and the non-human content. So, it's kwan siya ka na nag-discuss siya about sa relationship between the human and the environment o sa or in another term kay non-living things o the living things. Environmental ethics believes that the humans are part of society as well as the other living creature, which includes plants and animals like mga tong giingon ako na ganina na non-living things o living things. These items are crucial and are considered to be a functional part of human life. Do you know that killing feral animals or destroying some individual members of overpopulated indigenous species of necessary for protection of integrity for a certain ecosystem? Will this action be morally permissible or even required? No, no, it's morally incorrect because it's often said that be morally wrong for human beings to pollute and destroy parts of the natural environment and to consume a huge proportion of the planet's natural resources because natural resources are beneficial to human beings. So, i-explain ako siya guys kung kuan nganong morally incorrect siya kay kuan manggod kay ang pag-cool manggod sa mga feral animals kay ang ibig sabihin manggod ana is ang sa pilitang pagpatay sa mga kuan sa mga animals na naisakit, for example kanang sa mga manok, kung bisag daghan kag manok dayon nahaluan siya na ay sakit, so kailangan patyon yun na siya, so mao na naka morally incorrect niya. Tas also pod kaning sa mga kanang tawag ana sa mga like nag-destroy bitaw or nagkuha sila sa mga overpopulated indigenous species kay dapat gina-terminate nila na kay mao po na naka morally incorrect niya na gina-terminate nila ang mga indigenous species na kuan na rare plants, for example sa rare plants na kay the overpopulated naman siya, so mag-terminate yun sila ana na area or certain area sa certain tapok ana na plants kay ang tendency magud ana kay imbis di mabalance ang ecosystem, mahimo siyang pest or peste na lang hinuon siya.
So next is the branches of environmental ethics. So there are three branches of environmental ethics. It is the anthropocentrism, biocentrism, and the ecocentrism. So what is anthropocentrism? It is a human-based ethnic arguing that human possess complete authority over decisions about the environment. So anthropocentrism, it's a human-centered base. So it is somewhat like it is us humans control the environment. So there are there are negative and positive impacts of anthropocentrism. So positive, like for example, pag saving the rainforest will provide oxygen and medicines for humans. Pag kanang murag ang tao kabalo mo na na nga kana sakto na siya nga buhaton, it is for the positive impact, and for the negative impact pag gina-abuse na ang mga environmental ang environment sa humans.
Biocentrism states that extend the status of moral object, form of human beings to all living things in nature. All living organisms pursue their own good in their own ways. Human beings are not inherently superior to other living things, and biocentrism is a philosophical perspective that places a special emphasis on life and living organisms. It suggests that all living things have intrinsic value and deserve a moral consideration. This worldview contrasts with anthropocentrism, which prioritizes human beings above all other forms of life. And at its core, biocentrism asserts that living entities possess inherent worth and should be respected, and protected. And humans should minimize harm and interference with nature. Each vegetarian since less land needs to be cultivate.
So, ecocentrism. So, ecocentrism, a term used in ecological political philosophy to denote a nature-centered as opposed to human-centered system values. So, ang main idea gid sa ecocentrism kay nag-focus lagi siya sa ecosystem entirely rather than looking at the environment from a perspective of human interest. So, kay nag-focus lagi siya sa whole environment lang sa society, sa this society like sa non-living things o living things kay lisod man gud kung ang human interest ang mo kuan ang mosulod kay if ang human interest na ang mosulod gud kay pwede siya ma-abuse. So ecocentrism is focusing in kuan ecocentrism is focus lagi siya sa kuan entirely sa kuan sa ecosystem.
So there are importance of environmental ethics. First is it is make us aware of indiscriminate and destructive human activities. So through this mas na-aware ta na kanatong gibuhat or kanang wala na to kanatong gibuhat dili na siya mao ug unsay paangay natong buhaton. So next is inculcate moral values towards nature and learn to respect various life forms through environmental ethics. So through this environmental ethics mas makakuantag moral values nga ma-respect na to ang atong non-living things o living things kay ang non-living things o living things in the end more man gihapon mo tinabangay so bali kita humans magkinahanglan ta sa those non-living things o sila pod need po na to.
Concerned with the issues of responsible personal and conduct with respect to natural landscape, resources, species, and non-human organisms. Conduct with respect to person is, of course, the direct concern of modern philosophy. So, we should be responsible with our surroundings and be respectful to other living things so that we can still maintain our beautiful or natural surroundings.